Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Absolutely Not Podcast. I'm your host, Heather McMahan. How the hell are you? Hope you're doing fantastic. I am so excited to be back to the regularly scheduled program. I have my favorite guest of all time. She is, I would say at this point, not only my mother, but my lover, my protector, my biggest enemy, and my biggest supporter at the same time.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have so much to catch up with the one and only, the iconic Diva Rad. Please welcome to the studio, Robin McMahan, my mom.
Hey.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Heather. I'm so glad to be here.
Your hair looks gorgeous. You
You
got
like
a color
it this?
today.
I did. I got a color.
I think it looks good.
You like it like this, and you don't like more highlights
Mom,
in it?
I think you look good. You need to lean in. Hold on, I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. You need to lean into your sexy dark roots.
Okay, I
You're
got
like
it.
a sexy dark redhead.
All right, we got it.
You're popping off on that Sicilian tan. You look good, girl.
Thank you.
Now, Mom, I brought you on today because I had so many DMs after Sunday night's little fiasco, which we will get into this recent Bumble scam dating saga that we will absolutely get into. But we haven't heard from you on the podcast in a minute, so I want to just catch up with you, see how you're doing, and then I want to get into the recent Bumble blunder, as we can call it.
Yeah,
So
what
first
up?
and foremost, let's discuss how are you feeling right in this present moment.
I feel great. I feel good. I feel like I'm on top of the world. This is going to be my year, Heather.
Okay, the year is halfway over, and you've been saying that. So,
know.
what are we going to do to have a cosmic shift in order for it to be your year? Now, I don't believe the year's over. I'm just saying we're already in July, almost August, and you've been saying it's going to be your year. What is going to make it your year, Mom?
Me. That's what's going to make
Ooh.
it, is me. I feel like I'm ready to date.
Okay.
I feel like I'm ready to date, and I feel like I need to get out there.
Yes,
Even
I
if
agree.
I have a few practice dates.
That's fine.
If anyone wants to practice with me, DM Heather.
Yeah, well, do not send me photos of your penis. If you are older men, I don't want to see what you're practicing with, okay? That is not an invitation for you to send me photos of your dong.
No. Well, let me see your credit score.
Okay, yes, Robin loves a good credit score.
Good.
Mom, the credit scores I don't even think matter anymore. People are paying with cash, and then we're going off the cash, and we're going to microchips in the forehead. Like, don't
Right,
even
right.
worry about it.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, our ADD is going to be criminal on this episode, so we need to start from the beginning.
Right.
First of all, what were you doing in Florida last weekend? You went on a girls' trip
Yes, I went on a girls' trip with my dearest friend, Lady A, and Nicole.
Yes.
And I wanted to work on the book. Girls, I'm writing this book. It's called 72 and Counting.
Okay, can I tell you real quick? From
What?
a PR standpoint, you're not supposed to tell anybody the name of your book.
Oh.
You already have given away too much information.
Oh.
You don't give away that. Mom, quit telling people about your project till the project's fucking printed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I told you about this.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you're writing a book
Yes.
about, can you give us a very brief, broad, loose synopsis?
About dating.
About
a
dating.
friend of mine who dated a lot of people on Bumble.
All right,
So,
which leads us into, you had a recent Bumble blunder. Let's just get
Yes.
into it. And then
Yes,
we'll do
I
a
did.
catch up because Lord
Yes.
knows Robin's just chomping at the bits to get right to the story.
Yeah.
So you came home from your week in Seaside, Florida on 30A with your girlfriends. And I was so glad that you had a nice little girls' weekend. And you got out, you got a gorgeous tan, you came back with a glow. We went to the country club for dinner on Sunday night. And you said, Heather, let's role play this. You said,
I said, Heather, when are you going to New York? I think I'm going with you.
and I said, why?
I said, because I met somebody who lives in New York.
And you proceeded to tell me that you met this man on Bumble.
Right.
And he was an architect.
Yes.
He lived in Brooklyn.
He had a house in Colorado.
Okay.
We seemed to match in a lot of things. I didn't think he was particularly cute, but he was love bombing me. Look, guys, it
How
feels
did you know
good.
what a love bomb was?
When he tells me I make him feel calm, he doesn't know me. He
All right.
said,
okay, you're already jumping to the next conclusion, Mom. We
Okay.
have to go step by step with
Well,
you. I have
that's
to
what-
hold your hand.
okay,
So, how did you meet this guy?
on Bumble.
And then what was that interaction? I've not been on the sites in a minute. So,
Okay.
did you DM him first? Did he DM
No,
you?
no. He DM. Well, I guess I did because I swiped right.
Yeah.
And he swiped back and said he thought I was cute.
So then where did the conversation
The
go
conversation went, I said to him, why did you put that picture of yourself? You look like you don't want to be on the site. Or somebody get
from there? So
me
he
off.
looked miserable in a photo.
Yes, he
So
looked
you were engaging in a funny conversation to be
Yes.
like, why would you put this miserable looking photo up?
Yes.
Okay.
And I said to him, why would you do that? I said, but I think underneath you're really kind of cute. Then he DM'd me back and we started talking. And I said, well, tell me about yourself. I
Right.
figured I could help him. He wasn't that cute, but I liked what he said. And then he told me he was divorced. And then he lived with some girl for 4 years. He travels a lot. He came back and found her with another guy.
Okay.
Oh, and then the mother instinct in me came out and said, well, I'm really sorry.
Right. And this is the problem. You and I
Yes.
both have this. It's a great quality and it will kill us in the end.
Yes.
This is how we will both be murdered. We love a self-help project.
Yes.
But by self-help, we like to help other people. And I genuinely think it's because we're both character studies. We
Right.
love the kookier you are. If you got one loose eye and two loose teeth, Robin and Heather are going to pick you up on the side of the road, take you to Old Navy and give you a makeover. And that's what gets us in trouble.
That's
So
right.
you saw him, you were like, oh, he seems like he doesn't even want to be on this
He's
side.
harmless. Maybe I can fix him up with somebody.
Right. But that is
Yeah.
the problem, Mom. That is why you, and I've said this from the beginning, okay, you have to be a little bit more selfish. You're always like, how can I help everybody else? But you have to help yourself. So
Right.
it wasn't your job. Also, you don't need a fixer-upper. You don't need that. What is that
Well,
for?
it wasn't at the time, Heather. I wasn't concerned that I was ever going to see him or go out with him.
Okay.
But I liked to talk to
This
him.
was just some friendly banter.
Just friendly banter.
All right. So how did it get romantic?
He started saying I was so easy to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
I said, tell me about yourself. What do you do? I see you're an architect. And he sent me all these photos of rooms that he's designed.
Okay.
And
Which
when-
would get you hot and horny because
Oh.
you did interior design.
Yes.
You wanted to be an
Yes.
architect.
That's
This
right.
is up your alley.
This was right up my alley.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at his stuff and I said, oh, we are so,
Kismet.
yeah, I love what you've done.
Right.
Then, for some reason, I don't know how this came out, he told me he was a clean eater.
What do you mean?
He ate clean food. He liked
like
to
like
cook.
healthy food.
Healthy food.
Okay, I didn't know if he was wearing a bib and wearing a baby's bonnet
yeah.
and a diaper. I don't.
Yeah.
People are into weird
Right,
fucking shit these
right.
days. Okay.
And then he said, so I should have known something was up because I said to him, where are you from? And he said, we talked. And that, in the back of my mind, said, oh, he's talking to 18 women at the same time.
Wait, hold on. Is this all through text,
Yes.
DM, or when did it go to email?
Right away.
Okay, wait. So but you had not spoken to him on the phone yet.
Yes, I did. I spoke to him for a second. I could barely understand him. He told me he was from Norway.
Okay.
So I went on YouTube. If you want to watch something funny,
Yeah.
go to YouTube
Uh-huh.
and watch what it's like to date a guy from Norway.
Okay.
And it said, look, I had to check it out.
Okay, what did it say?
So it said that they were somebody from Norway, as a guy, would be your best cheerleader. If you were like, making soup, he would tell you it was great.
Oh, okay.
But they weren't romantic,
Okay.
which I thought, and they weren't like lovey-dovey or protective. And I thought, he's not for me, but maybe I can find somebody
So
for him.
you just went, Mom. That would be like if somebody Googled, what's it like to date an American man?
Yes.
And it said they like NASCAR, Kid Rock, and
Right,
fingers in
right,
their butt.
right.
That seems like a very broad cultural statement that you're like trying to figure out about this man, but
right.
that's a very broad assumption.
Heather, I wanted to know if he was warm and fuzzy, because I like him warm and fuzzy. I like to cuddle.
I know you're a lady in the street, but a freak
Yeah.
in the sheets. Okay, real quick, Mom. So when you say he said he was Norwegian, but you'd spoken to him on the phone, but you couldn't really figure out his accent. Let's just do a quick YouTube of what a Norwegian accent sounds like.
Yeah.
I'm going to play this for you, and you tell me if this is what the guy sounded like. Norwegian accent. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. My,
Phone's not working.
yeah, hold on. Let's see. This is a Norwegian.
Get QuickBooks
Oh, God, I got the ad. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Video playing in 3, 2, 1. All right. I don't know what this is.
No, I wouldn't say so because we did that on the request. The pound is down up 10% at €1.33, making a euro.
Not really,
Sorry.
Heather. He sounded more like
Hold on,
he
hold
was
on, Mom,
from
hold on.
Nigeria.
Okay. Okay. So he didn't sound like he was the Norwegian.
Not really.
He sounded more like he may have been from possibly an African country.
Yes, and also in
All
his
right.
bio, he said that he graduated in England
Mm-hmm.
and then went to New Zealand to get his architectural thing.
Okay. When
know.
you spoke on the phone with him, we're putting all the pieces together. Okay, this
Right.
is CSI McMahon.
Right.
When you heard him on the phone, did you maybe think for a split second, I'm not very familiar with the Norwegian
Yes,
accent?
that's why I went to YouTube.
Okay, so the YouTube video I pulled up was horrible. I don't even know what the fuck
Right,
that was.
right.
So, but you still gave him the benefit of the doubt. How long were the phone calls? Were they 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes?
They were very brief because he said he always either was waking up from a nap or he was extremely busy working on a project. He said, I will text you. I will send you an email tomorrow. And he sent me his number.
Always napping and
Napping,
working.
working.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I thought, what is the deal with this dude?
Uh-huh.
And so when I called him back, the phone would ring and he wouldn't pick up. But then immediately he would call me back. And the phone sounded a little weird. But
Like
he
scratchy,
would,
like bad-
yes,
bad,
yes,
reception.
Yes. Yeah, so that got me thinking. I said, I think I'm going to have some fun with him.
Okay, but you did not realize, Mom, let's just backtrack. You're
Right.
getting all excited, okay? You did not realize that he wasn't who he said he was until Sunday night.
Right.
So we're sitting at the club. You told me I'd like to go up to New York with you because I'm doing some work up there next
Right.
week. And I said, great, Mom. I'll sit together into the bar. I love double dating. I'll just be there in the restaurant to make sure that
Right.
everything is copacetic, right?
Right.
I'll sit at the end of the bar. I'll order a martini and a hamburger, and I'll watch you and just keep an eye on it.
Right.
Right? Stranger danger, buddy.
Right.
Buddy
Heather,
system.
I will never go on a date unless you're there
Yeah.
or somebody
Or Jeff.
else is there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So
Just warning everyone.
regardless, I was so excited because I just felt like, oh, this is exciting. I asked you, like, does he have kids? You said he had one grown child,
Yep.
that a son that lived in England. So I'm thinking, I've already planned in my mind, Christmas is in England. It's going to be the fucking holiday.
Right.
I'm excited.
Plus, Heather, he
Hope it's in the
asked-
Cotswolds. Yeah.
Plus, he was 61.
Yeah.
And I told him I was 66. But you know what? From now on, I'm going to tell somebody how old I really am because I look good.
You look fantastic.
I look great.
Technically, even though he's gonna, moral of the story is, guys, this guy ends up being a catfish, but I will get there. You're actually catfishing them because you lied about your age,
Right.
but within 10 years, a
Right.
10-year gap.
Hey, Heather,
Yeah,
the guys my age,
yeah,
forget it.
I know.
mean, you have to ask them, can you drive at night?
I know,
Yeah.
know, it's tough. Okay,
Do you
so
have a hearing aid in?
regardless, so Mom, we were sitting at the table at the club. You were very excited.
Yeah.
So I said, let me see some of these emails.
Right.
They were a little broken English, but again, you said he was Norwegian.
Right.
Then you showed me the photos of the house. The
Right.
houses that he designed that he sent you from his architecture firm.
Right.
I immediately thought, red flag, these look like stock photos.
I know.
And then you showed me his photo. Now, you showed me his photo, and the way you kind of held up the phone, I just took a quick glance. I said, oh, he's cute. And then I didn't really investigate much more on the photo. And then I had you send me some of the photos of the homes that he built.
Right.
And sent me the photo, his picture that he sent you.
Right.
Now, here was the first red flag. The reason I even doubled down and did any investigation is because I was trying to look this guy up. You gave me his name and his email,
Right.
and I could find nothing.
Right.
Could find nothing on the guy. He had a pretty generic name, too, which I found was odd, right? I typed
Right.
in, like, Brooklyn architect, Colorado Springs, because he said he also had a place in Colorado. Nothing came up.
Heather, I wasn't. I kind of believed him, but there was no freaking way I was going to New York or give this guy any more information about me until I investigated who the heck he was.
But here's the problem, Mom. You were not investigating. You
No.
were already talking to this man on the phone, and you had done zero investigation. So once I got the photo of this man's face on my phone, I immediately just looked at it and realized it was completely photoshopped. I don't know if you got to get your other fucking cataract done, Mom. You must have been blind, deaf, and dumb. Helen Keller could have done a better job at figuring out that this was a Photoshop photo.
Well, I didn't know he was photoshopped.
Mom, you got to start zooming in. Do this. I want you to practice taking both of your
All
fingers.
right.
Go like this. Physically do it with me on camera.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Zoom.
Do you know what you're doing? Zoom.
All right.
You zoom.
All right.
When you get a photo of a guy on your iPad or on your phone, you just zoom in. Just practice that at night. You got to zoom and you got to look at everything.
Yeah, I
First
guess.
of all, and we'll put the photo up on YouTube. This man had it was blurry around one of the edges of his face. So I
Yeah.
could already tell he was superimposed into this perfect fall foliage photo. I mean, really the lighting was perfect. I noticed that he's standing in front of a grill that has fake grilled chicken on it, fake
And
flames.
a bicycle.
Yeah.
And I thought he might be real because don't the Norwegians ride bikes all the time?
Listen.
They do.
They do. That is not, you're not wrong. If you go
Yeah.
up to Norway, they're either skiing, rubbing a husky's belly, or they're on a bike.
Right, and they like to be outside.
They do.
They like nature. My idea of nature is at the mall, up and down the escalator. I don't hike.
Wait a minute. You just saw this photo, did not zoom in to notice that it was blurry, and you said you saw a bike, you saw a grill, and he
Yeah.
did say he ate clean, so you see
Yeah.
the grilled chicken, and you
Yeah.
go, all right, I bet it's organic.
Right.
You saw the fall foliage, and you
Right.
thought, here's a nice Norwegian man
Yeah.
who's outside eating clean.
And I felt sorry for him because I felt like his girlfriend probably screwed around on him.
Yeah.
He wasn't that cute. And he got divorced. He said his divorce went sideways.
Okay.
And I kind of felt bad for him. I said, I must know somebody, or he could just be my friend.
Okay. Yes, hear you.
Heather, if he asked me for 5 cents, I would have been out the door.
That's the first thing. A lot of people, and there's kind of like a community of us online who always like chit chat. I, DM with
Right.
some people that we kind of go through our parents' like dating sagas and woes. But mostly I get a lot of like horror DMs of people who say like their mom got catfished online by somebody and sent 60 grand to some guy in the middle
you
of
don't
nowhere.
have to worry about that
Mom,
with me.
I could be literally. You could get a phone call tomorrow that says we're going to rip off all of my limbs individually while they play the soundtrack of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader documentary Thunderstruck. And if you don't send $10 via Venmo
No.
to save my life, and you go, find Heather's Amex, it's in the back of her Prada purse.
No.
I'm not paying for it.
No.
Cheap. Robin
Yeah.
McMahan is cheap, cheap, cheap.
No, I'm not. I worked hard for my money.
Okay, at Banana Republic.
Yes.
One day a month.
month.
Okay.
A week.
So I immediately, let me pull up this group checks. I immediately get this photo from you.
Yeah.
I reverse Google image. And if you don't know how to do this, then anybody who's maybe older or younger listening that doesn't know how to find out if somebody's a scammer, take a photo, put it in Google Images, and you're just going to reverse search it. So from
Yeah.
now on, I'm going to show you how to do this on your iPad. Remember, we zoom in and we're going to drag over.
Yeah.
Zoom in, drag
drag
over.
over.
There you go. So I send this to my girls. I have this group chat called Platinum Plus, and it's like 5 of my best friends. And it's just one of those group chats where like I know that these women could find anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what the FBI really stands for?
What?
Female Bureau of Investigation.
You're kidding.
Yeah, that's what it really stands for. Oh,
Does it
yeah.
really?
No, it does not. It's
But it
actually
should.
Federal
Oh.
Bureau of Investigation, but women can find anything.
Yeah.
And this is why, Mom, I was so shocked and perplexed that you had not zoomed in.
Heather, I was doing other stuff, so he wasn't my top priority, but it was the first time I kind of felt a little giddy. I liked him sending me messages, you're so smart, you're so pretty.
Yeah, we all love that.
But you know what? I've decided, girls, you wake up every morning, you look in the mirror, and you look in that mirror and you say, I'm fabulous. You know, I bought a hat in Florida
here we go.
with the F. It was on sale, it was $10. I needed a hat. It had an F on it. And
For Florida.
well, Angela said, what's the F for? I said, fabulous. What do you expect?
Or go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I like
You know,
that,
or
too.
farts. It could have just been F for farts, because that's what Robin does a lot. Once you hit 60, how old are you? Fuck, I'm even lying. 76. You farting all over town. Okay, you farting and you're dealing with the bumbles. All right.
Right.
So, also, Mom, why did you forget a hat?
I let Nicole borrow my
Can
other
I
hat.
say something? This is what has never made sense to me.
I gave Nicole my
That's
hat.
great, but Mom, we have 65,000 hats. I
know.
own a merch company, and you still never have enough hats. You never bring
Yeah.
enough shit. We go on vacation. Robin will pack 2 pairs of underwear, and then she frantically washes them out every night in the sink at the St. Regis. She brings 2 tank tops, 3 sweaters, and 1 cashmere jacket. And why do you not bring more stuff?
Because then I have to schlepp it. I don't want to schlepp anything.
What's the panic though about bringing more than 6 pairs of
All right.
panties?
I bring more than
Mom,
6.
you what, Mom?
I
Going
do.
if I was one of the housekeepers and I went into your room at a 5-star hotel, it would just be your Costco underwear,
Well, you know-
air drying all over the balcony.
You know why I wash all my underwear?
Well, because you're a hygienic person.
No,
Why?
because when I worked for the airlines,
Here's the trauma.
and we used to get our suitcases, we would go on trips. The guys in the baggage would open the bags and pull out all the dirty underwear.
And like sell them to prisoners or
Sniff them. Oh, fuck. I am not kidding. So that's why I have,
You have to-
clean underwear.
Okay,
you
so-
wouldn't catch a skitter in my stuff.
that's where the trauma comes from.
Yeah.
Is that you knew coworkers who would go in, steal your dirty drawers, sniff them,
'em.
and then like leave you a note in your locker? What was the follow-up?
No, I just found out that's what they were doing. Some of them would take them home. I don't know. They
Jerk off in them or what?
probably. So I wasn't going to have anybody. I didn't want any. No, nobody
Mom,
was going
here's
to
the deal.
sniff my underwear.
You're at a point where no one is breaking into your room at the St. Regis and
I know.
stealing your underwear.
I know. This is funny.
These are generational
All right,
curses.
This is
Continue.
funny. So, when I was looking on Bumble, I said to Lady A, I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "It's been a long time since I've had sex, and now I got to take off my clothes in front of somebody, and I look pretty good."
You do.
And she said. Nicole said, "Nobody cares what you look like. They just want to stick it somewhere." And Angela said, "And you don't have to worry at this age, in their 60s. They're lucky they can get it up."
That's true.
And I thought, you know what? She's right.
Yeah, but they have all sorts of drugs. Mom, if they came out with Ozempic, the
get
Viagra is
something
like
for-
triple now.
Yeah.
Okay, enough about boners. But regardless, all right, let's get back to the facts. I don't even know where we were with this. So I then text the group, the Platinum Plus group,
Yes.
in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Immediately, my girlfriend Candace is like, found the number. It's on 65 scam websites. This guy's a scammer. And the big thing that came up for me is the phone number did not come up. So the phone number that he called you back on, and we were in the car together.
Right.
We were driving home from the
Right,
club. It
right.
is a 30-second ride from the doors of our country club to our house. You pulled out. You called him. He did not answer, like
Right.
you said. And then he called you right back.
Right.
And I didn't hear his voice, but I got the number from your phone, back, reversed, looked it up. Because
Right.
there's like all these websites, not even like white pages, where you
So
can like look it up.
Where was he?
It didn't show where he was.
Oh.
It said that it was a landline. It didn't show that it was a
Right.
cell phone. First,
Right.
who has a landline? Who has a
be-
fucking landline?
Right, because I tried to send him a message to that number and it didn't go. So when we emailed, I said, "You must not have an iPhone."
Here's the thing, Mom. He probably had a Google number. He had a Google number. Because if you have a Google
Yeah.
number, I don't know if it shows up as, does it show up as an iPhone number? No. Like it goes right. Okay, so he had a Google number, which your girlfriend Nicole, who's one of my favorite people on the planet, who's
Right.
tech savvy, Nicole's what, 10 years younger than you?
Yeah.
So Nicole is, but she's in like the boomer generation, but she
Right.
can still.
But she's an IT person.
She's an IT gal.
Yeah,
Everybody
she's
needs a
great.
boomer IT gal.
Yeah.
And she'd set you up a Google number, but you didn't know how to use the Google number.
Of
so he
course.
was Google numbering you.
Yeah, he was.
So then we send the photos of the house construction to our buddy Taylor, who is in the construction world.
Yeah.
He immediately does a quick background check. He's reverse Google images these houses. He says, Heather, this is a stock photo. All of these photos that
I'd
this
like
guy
to
sent
take
you.
this guy and choke him.
He's not real.
Oh.
Mom, the guy is not real. You
I
keep
know.
saying that you want to talk to this guy. He doesn't
Heather,
exist. He's in the cloud.
Heather,
Back
who
up,
am
back
I?
up.
Who am I talking to then?
Mom, you're talking to probably an old woman named Carol who lives in like Uzbekistan who's just
Oh.
trying to get a quick buck. so she can buy purses on DHgate.
Oh, that's really sad, the poor thing.
Mom, if he called you back from a different number,
Yeah.
also if he was always tired and sleeping, you don't think he was on the other side of the world?
Yeah.
You probably had opposite schedules. He's
Right.
like, oh, I just woke up from a nap because it's 2 a.m. wherever
Right,
he is.
right. Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that till later.
But Taylor found all the photos that he had sent you. They were all random stock photos from different architect firms. And then we backtracked the other photo and found that there was this photo online, which was 2 photos stacked up against each other that were both superimposed. So I don't even know this other photo, if AI had done his face. Either way, this was not real.
Boy, they're savvy.
So then we found this information on a scamming website. This woman writes, she has a photo of a very handsome man that looks similar to the guy that was in the photo. This started in January 24th, 2019. He went by the name Mac Cook. He said he was originally from Ireland, met him on a Meet Mindful dating site. He said he lived in Colorado Springs, was divorced 3 years, is 56 years old, and had 1 grown son. This is everything he told you. Looking for a serious relationship, and said he was a gemologist. First of all, being a gemologist is not a real job. It's a job, but it's not, okay?
Right.
I've never once in my entire life met a gemologist. All right? Have you ever met a gemologist?
yes.
Okay. Well, you're 110 years old.
Oh, kiss my
So you're
foot.
the age
He
of
owned a
like
jewelry
stalactites.
store. Yeah, right.
Okay. All right. Well, either way, gemologist, that's not real. And he traveled a lot for work and he owned his own company.
Yeah, that's what this ding dong said.
So this woman says the pictures that he sent me, I found out belonged to a man named Tom. I won't say his last name. And I've seen his pic on scam websites. That's how I knew what was happening. So somebody went and stole this guy's identity, this handsome guy's identity, and then tried to AI Photoshop the photos.
Right.
So that you would,
But Heather, shouldn't we tell this guy, the real guy, the photo that they stole of him?
But we can't find the real guy because we don't know. There's been so many different iterations of this
Of him.
photo. We don't know who the real guy is.
Yeah. Oh, that's...
Mom, do you know that there is, if you like Google me, there's a Wikipedia page that has all this crazy shit that some like AI bot somewhere in China wrote, and it is like the most unhinged shit you've ever heard. So we're not safe. As long as our photo is out there, anybody can take your photo and then like dub it, and you're saying like the craziest, like insane shit on the planet.
Wow.
The reason I even wanted to do this episode, Mom, is not to embarrass you, is to have a conversation. Protect you.
Yes. Well, that's the other thing. He wanted to know where I lived.
What did you tell him? Because you tell every Uber driver that's ever been to our house.
Well, he knew
our
I was
alarm
from
code.
Atlanta, from Bumble. I said, I live with my daughter and my son-in-law. I live with them.
Did you? Because you do.
I do.
Did you say what part of town we live in?
No.
Did you say?
No, I didn't
what
say.
Our gate code
no,
was?
no. Didn't give him the address. No,
Okay.
no. But I said I lived with, and I felt safe. But can you imagine these other people? They probably give their address and
Mom,
all this.
Here's what could have happened. You could have said, "Hey, I'd love to see more photos." Then
I
he
did.
But listen, then he sends you a link, and you think you're clicking on a link, an iCloud link.
Oh, wow,
a link
Heather.
to look at some Google Images. You click on it. He's now infiltrated your iPhone. He now has all your banking information. He now can get in to your little Chase account, move a little money from your Chase account to his little Chase account. And by he, I mean this woman named Carol who lives in Uzbekistan. And next thing you know, she's buying fake fucking Gucci's off DHgate. I know how this scam is run.
Wow.
This isn't even a scam. This is a con.
Yeah, this is a con. I'm really glad that I have you, Heather, because can you imagine?
No, I can't imagine.
I couldn't imagine.
You are a perfect angel.
I am an angel.
You are my little angel baby.
Yeah.
And I have to protect you at all costs. But I think this was important that we came out and had this conversation
Yes.
publicly
Yes.
so that other people, too, would check in on their parents who are out in the dating scene.
Right. Well, look at our neighbor.
Back up a little bit, Mom.
Look at our neighbor. Her mother was in Beirut or someplace. And she didn't know she was in Beirut. She met some guy online, gave him a bunch of money. Oh, I can't wait.
Wait, what
to
do you mean
talk
she
to
was
her.
in Beirut, but she didn't know she was in Beirut? Was she
No,
lost?
the mother knew. No, the mother went there to meet
Back up, Mom.
the mother went there to meet the boyfriend, and it
Okay,
wasn't
hold
a.
on. You're
it
so bad
wasn't
with
a.
details.
The mother went to meet a boyfriend. Same scam, similar to what I am.
She met him online.
Met him online,
He
but
said,
she gave
and
this
she
guy
went to Beirut.
to meet the guy.
I do
and
love
she
Lebanese
gave him money. Honey, the first sign of somebody asking me for a dime, it would not happen.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and then I was just kind of like playing with it a little bit and saying, oh, and then the guy's telling me, I said, look, we're probably never going to meet each other.
Yeah.
You live in New York and Colorado. I'm in Georgia. And he said, no big deal. Well, this is America. He said, I'll sell one of my houses or both houses and we'll make a decision together. And I'm thinking,
No.
I don't even know you.
No.
Yeah.
Robin. And what was your response to that?
You're nuts. I didn't say, I didn't
Did you tell
answer
Here's
him.
my question. This is not about me. Did you tell him who I was, though?
No.
Okay, because we're about to publicly drag this motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I didn't.
All right, because you do love to do that. You love to get an Uber, and then you're like, my daughter's a comedian. She has a podcast. This is where her office is. She has a Netflix special, another one coming
No.
out. Oh, also, this is a favorite place to eat food. This is a personal phone number.
Yeah, no, I did not.
We do share a lot of ourselves, and having a public platform, it's, that's a
Right.
joy and a pleasure. But there
Right.
are things, Mom, especially going into this dating world, or even when you meet people at Home Goods, you give away too much information.
I know. I'm too trusting. I'll tell you how this has been an eye-opener.
Yeah.
And I think I'm pretty savvy.
Yeah.
And if I can get bamboozled, well, I didn't say I got bamboozled because I really didn't give him information. But
Yeah, you
I
gave him your
did-
heart.
yeah, I did. I didn't give him my heart, but I'll tell you, it felt kind of cool, exciting that somebody would find you cute, and he kept saying I made him feel calm.
Okay, first of all, you're saying that with a very thick Boston accent. It sounds like you're saying "come." Are you saying? Are you saying
calm.
calm? Because calm and calm. When you say packing the car and Harvard calm, it sounds like come.
Oh, sorry.
So you're saying calm.
Calm. I made him calm.
Good, Mom, do it. Calm. No, you're still saying come. Oh my God.
Calm.
No, say calm.
Calm.
No.
I don't know.
Say-
Calm.
No, you're losing the L.
Oh, forget
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna break it down for you. Ka.
Ka.
Om. Calm.
Yes.
You're losing the L.
Yeah.
Yeah. He kept saying I was making him calm. He was making him calm. Like
I probably was, for God's sakes. He wasn't even that cute. And I feel bad for the real guy who they
the real guy doesn't exist.
I know he doesn't.
Mom,
but
the
they're
real guy
using
probably
his-
has a house in the Hamptons. That's how
Yeah.
this shit works.
Yeah.
You don't feel sorry for anybody. Can I tell you, I've had to learn this. I can be there for people, but I can't feel sorry for anybody.
Yeah.
I did see this great thing online, though, that it was like, I'm at the point of gossiping with my best friends where we're not even saying mean things anymore. We're actually trying to figure out people's childhood trauma. Like, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I don't want to gossip. I don't know what's going on in people's brains, but I do want to figure out what happened with you and your stepdad, and is that why you have trust issues with men?
No, my
you know?
stepdad was great.
I was talking metaphorically
Oh,
about the
mine-
meme that I saw online.
Oh.
Your stepdad was great?
Yes, he is great.
He is great.
Yes,
Papa John.
Papa John's great.
Great.
Someday he's got a little dementia. One day he's in Japan, the next day he's on the moon.
And so are the men you date.
No
Okay.
kidding. Yeah, no kidding.
What do you think your worst childhood trauma is, Mom? And then as my mother, I'll tell you mine.
My worst childhood, not having Christmas like everybody else got it.
And why didn't you have Christmas?
Because my mother wasn't Christian. She was.
How old were you when you became a Jehovah Witness? You can say it.
Yeah.
They don't celebrate holidays.
Yeah,
this
they
is
don't
not.
no
this isn't something
holidays,
scandalous.
no
It's not a
birthdays.
news flash. They don't vote. There's no flag day.
Yeah, nothing.
And I gotta ask a
I'd
question.
say 11.
Okay, 11. So you quit having Christmas at 11.
I quit having Christmas probably at 10.
All right.
And
And
she wasn't full blown till 11.
so she would do like Columbus Day,
Yeah.
but wouldn't do Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right.
You know what?
Yeah.
If I'm going to do anything in a religion, you know what I'm not going to do? Not celebrate holidays.
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole point? You get the day
Right.
off from work.
And you get presents. That's why I like opening presents.
You do. We walked into this office and y'all couldn't see it, but we get, stuff sent to our office. And the first thing Robin did is Tina knew. She goes, Robin, there's boxes to open. Also, guys, I really think Robin does deserve more presents. I'll give you my P.O. box.
Yeah.
What are you wearing right now? Give him a shout out.
Yeah. Can you see
Yeah,
this ring? This is adorable. Heather
Yeah.
got this with matching earrings. It didn't fit her. It fits me.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
by the brand Soru, which I
Yeah.
wore a lot when I was in Italy.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, I love
great.
it.
That's stolen. So
Yeah.
Soru, please send me more.
Yeah.
No, okay, that's just interesting.
Yeah.
Because you have a tough shell, Mom. You have a tough exterior, but you also have a heart of gold.
But you want to know what, Heather?
What?
Everybody's looking for someone else to make you happy. Make yourself happy.
I've
I
been saying
wake
that
up
for
every
years.
day and I'm happy. I'm not looking for someone else to make me happy.
Yeah.
I just want someone so we can go have coffee together.
I don't blame you.
And I like a hug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe go to a. Where could you get hugs? I feel like go to a Bass Pro Shop. Those guys are waiting to hug a woman.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
probably.
You go in there, you get a little. What's it?
Deer stuff.
Oh,
so you
yeah,
smell
deer
like
spray, deer pee.
deer.
Yes, Mom. If you just need
Ooh.
hugs from burly
Yeah.
men,
Burly
you're,
men.
you're gonna go to a Bass Pro Shop. You
Right.
do a little quick spritz. Do like the Terry Mugler, the angel on one side, and then do the deer pee on the other side, and just get those pheromones walking,
Yeah,
and just go
that's-
in there. You'll be getting
yeah.
hugged.
Oh, yeah.
Safe
that'd be
distance,
great.
you know,
Yeah.
under a good store lighting.
Right, right. I'm not a damsel in distress, but I want someone to think I am to give me a hug.
Okay. Mom, you could also just pull over on the side of the highway, set your car on fire, and have somebody give you a hug.
Yeah, really.
Mom, do you mean sexual intimacy, or do you mean you just want random people to hug you? Because
I
now
like
you sound like you have like a medical condition.
No, I don't, Heather. But it's nice to feel wanted.
You want affection.
I want affection.
You want physical affection.
Yes.
All right, you were looking to get dick down.
I guess it still works.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine, Mom. You like to have human connection. You and I are
Yes,
the
I
same.
like human connection.
We like to be
Heather,
around
I
people.
don't want everybody on this podcast to think that they're going to set me up with their sex offender down the street. Give me a break.
You're looking for a rogue hug.
Because I want a hug.
No. That's not what we mean. The problem is too, Mom, and I've said a lot of frustration. I get DM'd by women all the time like, oh, I want to hook your mom up with my dad or my uncle, and then nobody follows through. And
Yeah.
I will give them your personal phone number, okay? I do the reverse. I'll give them your phone number. I'll give them your email,
Right.
and then it's crickets. I think a lot of people, they find the excitement of like a
Right.
possible match make where I'm like, no, let's get them together for coffee. Let's have you
Right.
guys go meet for a drink. I do think you need to flex the muscle of going out and
Yeah.
dating. And listen, I don't really have room to talk. I've been out of the game for a long time. You know what I mean?
And Heather,
What?
let's face it, I'm a little much to handle because
Ooh.
I do say
Wow,
what I
she
feel.
said it herself.
Yeah,
Okay,
I do say what I mean. And
As you
I'm not
should.
shy.
right,
You know, if I meet you for the first time and you're a ding dong, you're a ding dong.
right. Let them know.
You know.
You love to wear a hat that says farts. You know what I mean? You
No,
live
I
your
don't
truth.
wear it. Yeah, I live my truth. Yeah,
Did you
why
just
not?
forget, Mom? Did you forget that just 3 minutes ago I made the joke about you wearing the F hat in
Yeah,
Florida with
yeah.
farts? It's called a callback.
Oh,
It's a
I'm sorry.
callback.
I'm not.
You're not
okay.
paying attention. That's a problem. You're not being present. What you need to do, what did we learn today? What do you do? Zoom. You're gonna emphasize the L and calm.
Calm.
You're still
You're
not doing
saying
it.
Calm.
Calm.
I said it.
Say it.
Calm. Calm. CALM.
Yes, but you.
This guy said I was calm. He doesn't even know me.
All right, but listen.
All right, let's zip him.
The problem is, Mom, this is the most, I can't ever have you on here because the episodes become so ping-pongy ADHD. I can't even do a callback, which is what I was trying to do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay because you don't
Can
remember
you
that
give
I
me a
said that.
signal like, like blink? Call back. And I'll get it.
Why are you so funny?
I don't know, but is that what you do?
Yeah.
signal.
Hold on. So let's try that again. Ready?
Right.
And you love to wear hats that say farts on them, don't you?
Sure do. Is this not good?
It's great.
Oh.
I wouldn't want this podcast to be any other way.
Oh, great.
So, all right. After you got, we'll say conned by the Bumble, we immediately blocked his number, shut it
Yes.
down. He didn't have any personal information about you, which is
Right.
great. But moving forward, how do you think, as this is, I would like to say, it's a learning opportunity. How do you think we pivot in a positive direction from this learning opportunity?
Well, you know what I did? I got off of Bumble because I've never gone out with anyone on Bumble. I've fixed other people up on Bumble. I
Yeah.
just got back on Bumble. Let me tell you, if you're on Bumble now and we match, I'm going to get a letter from your ex-wife,
Oh.
from your doctor,
Oh.
from your psychiatrist,
Oh.
and from your minister.
Oh.
Yes. And your kids and your next door neighbor. I want to make sure you're who you say you are.
So what you're
And
saying
your
is we're
banker.
doing background checks.
Oh, we're going to background check. Right.
Before we even background check, what's the first thing we're going to do?
Call you.
Wait, we just did it, Mom. This is a callback.
Oh,
What are we going to do? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
y'all, if you're only listening to this on audio, I definitely think you should watch it on the YouTube, because if you're missing a lot of subtle things if you're not watching it on YouTube.
How does my hair look?
You look beautiful.
Oh, good,
I
thank
love you
you.
with your hair pulled back.
Thank you.
I did a little pull back and did
Yeah, it looks
one
cute.
wispy little bang.
You got some new earrings today.
From who?
Purple?
Oh, Melinda Maria.
Yeah.
We also
Pretty.
love Melinda Maria.
Yes, we do.
She's
I
the
love
best.
her stuff.
She's the best.
She sent you a couple of necklaces.
Oh, I don't mean, I'm not trying to flick off the camera, but this ring I ordered from Melinda Maria.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
not
pretty.
gorgeous?
Yeah.
Melinda Maria makes the absolute best. This is not even sponsored. I'm just letting you know.
Right.
She makes the best gorgeous cocktail stuff.
Yes.
So if you want to travel and you don't want to take your expensive shit, but you want it to look expensive, I always take Melinda Maria.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, but you still don't want somebody to hit you over the head.
Mom, at this point, we're gonna get hit over the head at the grocery store because
Yeah,
we're
that's
over here
right.
trying to help people. Yeah. You know, I've said this story a million times on this podcast, but one day I was walking down the street in LA with my friend Mackenzie and our other friend, and I think Jenny was with us actually. And we were walking down the street, and remember that show, What Would You Do, where they try and you're like at a restaurant and they have somebody do like something really fucked up at the table next to you, and they have hidden cameras to see like what would you do. Well, we had just all moved from New York, so we were like hardened shells of humans, and somebody started to approach us that looked like they needed help, and I saw the camera out of the corner of my eye, so I knew it was a setup. But we all automatically at the same time just went, no, absolutely not, get away from us. And we have to how do you find the balance in between just being like, don't touch me, get away, I'm not going to help you, to not then being in a relationship with a robot? Like, how do we find that middle ground?
I don't know, Heather. Remember when we were in New York and I gave that guy $5 in his cup and he got pissed?
Because he had wine in his cup.
I thought he was hungry.
He was not even homeless, Mom. He was just drunk. He went up to you and you said, do you need $1? And he goes, oh, sure, sweetheart.
No.
And then you took out $5 and you put it in his cup, and his cup was filled with red wine. He was just drunk.
Yeah, I didn't know he was drunk. And you kept saying, don't give him anything. I said, he's hungry.
It was not hungry.
Yeah, well, I learned a lesson.
Listen, I'll tell you, I want to brag on Jeff. I was standing in line at one of our favorite Mexican spots the other day, Taqueria del Sol. He'll be embarrassed that I said this. And he parked on the other side of the parking lot. So I said, I'll get in line while we wait for food. And I saw this homeless guy that was walking through the parking lot, kind of like going up and bothering people. But I noticed he had a hospital bracelet on. And as a hospital survivor, as somebody who was also in the ER 2 weeks ago, I said, he just got out fresh. He still has a bracelet on. And I saw him approaching Jeff, and Jeff was like on the other side of the parking lot, but I could see this go down. And immediately I saw Jeff walk into Chipotle with him, and I was like, I got a real boner, because I said, my husband's a good one. I'm doing a heart.
He's a pain in the ass, but he is a good one.
He's a pain in the ass. But he said, he's like, I don't have any cash. I mean, who carries cash?
Yeah.
Nobody carries cash.
Yeah.
You have cash like under the couch, but nobody carries cash. He said, dude, I don't have any cash. I'll buy you a meal. And he said, I'm just hungry. And Jeff bought him whatever the fuck he wanted at Chipotle. Anyways, I don't say that as like, you need a pat on the back because you're a good person.
No.
But I saw that from in line for this other restaurant. I said, I got to give him a blowjob tonight. That's the moral of that story. When you see a man do a good deed, I said, damn it, he's a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
That means I got to put my mouth on it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
God.
You know what I didn't plan on doing that night? Good Samaritan work myself.
Well, men are easy. All you got to do is 3 things.
I know. You say it all the time, Mom, and it's so archaic.
But it's true.
What are the 3 things? Get it off your chest.
All right. Can I say the word? Yes. Feed him, fuck him, and hand him the remote control.
Yes. Can I say the word? Yes. After you just yelled come in a Boston accent on my podcast. Yes, you can say the word.
Yes. All right.
Maybe not the remote control.
Yeah, they all want the remote control.
You know, some of these guys like to game. Some of them are gamers.
Oh.
But I guess it's still a remote control.
Yeah, remote control.
Okay. Well, I guess
Give
you're
him
onto
the-
something.
Yeah, give him the remote control. All right, so what am I going to do? Do I go back on Bumble? Do I not go back on Bumble?
Can I tell you something I'm a little aggravated about? I paid for a lifetime membership for you to go on Bumble, and every time you deactivate and delete your account, then you go back on and you go, wow, I have to buy a new series. So I spent all that money for you to have a lifetime membership.
Let's tell them.
No, who am I going to call? Whitney, the owner of Bumble, and say, hey, my mom keeps meeting robots and then loses her mind and then gets drunk and then deletes the Bumble and now reactivates it? Like, I think, Mom, we're done with the apps.
Okay.
I know you're bored. I think the only way we're going to move forward is you got to get out.
Yeah.
I think we need to put you in specific situations.
Yeah.
I think you got to think of dating as like you're training for the big leagues, right?
That's a good way.
If you want to date, you have to
yes.
actively date.
All right.
And that doesn't mean you're going to have a date every night, but that means you got to go and put yourself in places where you're going to find those men. You know where you're not going to find them? At the bar at our country club. You're not going to find them there. It's a, oh God. I just had a gargle. I had a gargle or a gurgle, and I don't know what just happened. You need to, I don't know. We need to go to like a boat convention. You know what I mean?
A gun show.
No. We don't want to go to a gun show. Mom,
Oh.
If you want to find a guy at a gun show, just go to Bass Pro Shop and put on the deer piss. Like, no.
Yeah.
What are you
All right.
talking about?
All right. So yeah, golf.
You're in the South.
Yeah.
Everybody has a gun.
Yeah.
What?
I could, I could play golf again.
But we have already tapped into our country club
Yeah,
community.
there's no one in our country
There's no
club.
one.
It's a nice country club, maybe for somebody else, but there's nobody there for me.
That's a wrap on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's another country club I'd go visit.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think you come in town. I think you go to like Ansley, Cherokee, Piedmont.
yeah.
You
Anybody have
sneak in.
friends that you can invite me?
Absolutely.
I'd like to go.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I know we have been saying this for years, but if you actually do have somebody that might be interested, that would be a real human, not a robot, that has their own voice, their own job, their own home.
Right.
We would really love for you to
And
slide
I
my
don't
DMs.
like them real old. I don't
Yeah.
want to be anybody's caretaker.
Yeah, she
I
already did
don't
that.
want to have to say to them, "We're going to dinner. Do you have your teeth?"
Yeah.
No, I don't want that.
So your top requirements are teeth in place.
Teeth in place. I like dark eyes, dark hair. I don't even care if you're a little bald. I don't mind if you're bald. I love facial hair.
See, I do too.
Yeah.
Can I tell you? And Daddy had facial hair.
Yes.
My daddy. People think it's weird that I call Dad Daddy, but it's called because you always called him Daddy.
Yeah.
You know, Mary Beth still trolls me. She's like, Daddy, Daddy.
What does she call her dad?
Dad,
Oh, Daddy.
Dan. Yeah, we call him Dan. Shout out to my attorney, Dan Brandon.
Yeah.
No, she calls him Dad. Most people say Dad. I mean, I said Dad, but I also said Daddy. But apparently, that makes me a pervert, is what
No, it
people have
doesn't.
said.
And don't forget, Heather, Daddy was 11 years younger than me.
I know.
So I don't need somebody that's like my age.
Yeah.
Not really.
You know what really pisses me off?
What?
Because I love facial hair and I think Jeff looks so handsome with a beard. Women will DM me. It is my biggest fucking pet peeve. If you're listening right now and you DM me and you're like, Jeff should shave his beard.
No, he looks
Jeff
handsome.
should shave. I will lose my shit. I don't DM you and tell you Mark's got a cowlick in the front.
Yeah.
Mark needs veneers.
And
I don't do it.
Yeah, and George went out the other day with black socks and Jesus sandals on, and you let him out.
And you know what he's not? An apostle.
So-
yeah.
Exactly.
Calm. Say it.
Calm.
Calm.
I can't do that, Heather.
Here's what kills me. I haven't.
Make a sign. Calm.
Yeah, do you need water? Can
Yeah,
I have some water? I'm sweating.
You are. It's fun.
It's fun. Sweating's fun, or doing this is fun.
Yeah. We should have had wine. We really would have been fine. Wine?
I've barely eaten today. We'll go to Yep. You can have one glass of wine with us at Yep, and then you got to go.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay, you're fun. I love you.
All right.
I will say, in the last week's episode, I had a nervous breakdown about how I was missing Dad and
I know.
Jeff with the ring and Italy and all these things. I do think, though, and this, hold on, let me just say this. I also got pissed the other night because a woman DM'd me and she's like, thank God my mom's not trying to replace my dad. And she sent it to me, and I don't think the woman meant it in a way that was condescending. I don't think she really knew what she said. And I literally responded, my mom's not trying to replace my dad. That was the
No.
love of her life. My
Right.
mom is also not dead yet and deserves happiness and the ability to
Right,
travel.
right.
I do think, though, there are moments that Dad has his hand in a lot of this, because if you think that he would ever share you, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah. Remember when the ladder went through the window?
Yeah, explain what happened.
So Heather decides she's going to put me on It's Just Lunch. And I said, first of all, Heather, well, this was a few years ago.
This was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, a few, yes. And I said, Heather, how much does this damn thing cost? She
Cheap.
said it's like $2,500, and the lady calls me. And I said to the woman, I said, how does this work? She said, well, you pay $2,500, and she could guarantee me 3 dates in 1 month. I said, really, 3 dates in 1 month? I bet I could hang a sign around my neck, date me for $100, and I'd probably get 10.
Yeah.
Or at least 5.
Uh-huh.
So I guess I was going to meet her or something.
You were
And-
going to meet her for the initial interview.
For the initial interview, and I walk outside, and a ladder fell off the garage that was hanging there and went through the window of my car. So that
Yeah.
was Daddy saying, you're not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I
That's probably Dad
No,
doing
dude,
this.
wait, what
Would
if it
be
is?
his.
What if it is Dad? Because, he owned an IT company.
Yeah.
What if Dad is fucking pranking you from the grave?
Yeah, and wanted to see if I was really going to be
Yeah.
a hoe.
Dad, he sent me a message the other day. He did. I told the story on the podcast how he flew down and he stole the egg, and
Yeah,
Jeff and I
that
were both
was-
sobbing at the
yeah.
table and we made it awkward. Maybe Dad is trying to send you messages, but also don't also shift your mind into that, because then you'll start engaging in more robots and people trying to scam you. But wouldn't it be really fucked up if Dad just like needed a 10-year break from us because he was like, y'all are expensive, you're a lot, you're a
Right.
pain in my ass, and he's just been sitting in Mexico prank phone calling us?
Well, you know what he used to tell me? He
What?
said, you know why men die first?
Why?
And I said, why? He said, because they want to.
You and Daddy had the most beautiful, loving
Yes,
relationship.
yes.
And I do think that Dad has his hand in some of this. But I just think it's so interesting because I do think there's a little bit of a stigma around, men get remarried right away.
Yes. They need a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're really like, I'm not going to waste my time unless it's the right person to have fun with.
Have fun. That's it. I want someone to have fun with.
Yeah.
We
We just need to make sure he has a soul. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And he's not
scamming me.
scamming me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you need to watch?
Who?
You need to watch 90 Day Fiancé. I really think you'd lean into that show. I think you would put
Why?
things in perspective. Just because it's a lot of older women getting scammed by young men in
Oh,
foreign
yeah.
countries that come over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
But then
think
you
I
always end up feeling bad for the foreign guy because they end up with some like real disaster from Ohio, and they
Oh,
think that they're
God.
moving into some sort of like chateau, and they're literally in a double wide trailer.
We should buy a double wide trailer just to have it to scam someone.
Oh, do what with it,
I
Mom?
don't know. It'd be kind of fun.
We're already getting sued by the HOA. What are we gonna do with that?
I know. I'm teasing. Oh, somebody said I should go on The Bachelor. But I don't want to.
Here's the thing. That is the number one. That was our original idea, was to do a Golden Bachelor. And then, obviously ABC was listening and they stole our idea. But the problem is, Mom, is I can't protect you if you go on a reality show. You
Right.
already went on MasterChef.
Yeah.
I don't. And listen, the fucking Golden Bachelor, he ended up already getting divorced from the girl.
Oh, well, I could have told you that.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
Yeah.
But also, they don't need to get remarried. Why does anybody
Right.
need to get remarried? So at the end of the Golden Bachelor, it shouldn't be whether you get on your knee and propose. It should be like, hey, you want to go on this lifetime cruise where we just set off into the sunset and both
Yeah.
rot
Right.
in our
what's the-
cabins?
And what was the deal on that show? Didn't he have sex with several people
I don't know.
on
did
that
he?
show? I think they did.
No, not in the Golden Bachelor. On the regular Bachelor, they have a thing called the Fantasy Suite. And the Fantasy Suite is where you go be a hoe.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that sounds good.
What would they call the Fantasy Suite on the Golden Bachelor? Life support.
Right, life support. Do you have your pills?
Yeah, they call the pharmacy. The Fantasy Suite's the pharmacy.
The
Got it.
blue pill.
The blue pill, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
God.
okay.
Well, this was fun. I hope we saved somebody today. You definitely saved me.
okay.
So
Well,
I'm going
that's
to
what
have
I'm
a
here for.
big glass of wine later.
And listen, I love you. You're my angel baby. I can only do so much to protect you. But maybe we can figure out a way to do the Golden Bachelorette. I would rather a bunch of men fawning over you than you having to fawn over some dude.
Yeah. But at least if I go with a bunch of women, that I would probably make a lot of friends. But I'm not going to
That's
fight.
also that.
Yeah, I'm not going to be with 16 people and have to deal for his affection. You either want me or you don't.
Amen, honey.
Yeah.
And you know why? That's why we stay calm.
Yes. Also, girls, always remember the guy needs to love you more than you love him, because women are givers. Yeah. Makes your life easier.
Okay, that's not a negative.
No, I thought that was a positive.
You mean, though, in the respect of these girls who go after guys, it's kind of like he's just not that into you. He really needs to be into you.
Right.
And if you're going after a guy who is not that interested, you got to let it go. That's what you mean by that.
You got to move on.
I speak your language, Robin.
Yeah,
You
thank
know what
you.
language we don't speak?
What?
Norwegian. So
That's true.
I am glad that you were safe. I'm glad we didn't send out any other information. And please, guys, call into the podcast this week. I get, you guys have been calling over the years of all sorts of scummy things that have happened to your parents.
Right.
But I do think this is a fresh reminder to keep an eye on the people that we love, check in with everybody,
Yep.
Just do a reverse Google image when in doubt. But please call into the podcast, 800-213-7503, if you have any con artist stories. And last thoughts, Mom.
The last thought: if it sounds too good to be true,
Probably
it
is.
probably is.
Amen. And hey, if you're in the Publix supermarket in Florida and you see an F hat just that says F on it,
It's me.
it's Robin. It's
And if
Robin.
I slip, catch me.
Oh, there you go. All right. Love you, mean it. I love you, Mom. Thank you for being on the podcast.
I love you, too.
And please quit stealing my shit out of the mail. I will see you on the next episode. As always, you can call in 800-213-7503. Thank you for letting me do a CSI McMahan investigation to tell you how Robin got conned.
I do.
Love you, mean it. I will see you on the next episode. Arrivederci. Ciao, Bella.